So this is why Jesus turned the tables. This is why he was upset. It wasn't some out-of-control rage that he had or out-of-control moment. No, this was a passion in his heart to say, this is not who I am. And before I die, I'm going to make it known that this is not who I am and this is not what the temple was meant to be. And watch what he does. Now we're here. After Jesus drove out all of the injustice, he immediately did what? He immediately acted in justice. He drove it all out, but then immediately acted with justice to the people that remained. Here's what he did. See, he didn't go get justice. He was justice, right? He didn't have to go chase it. He was that. Verse 14 of Matthew 21 says this. It says, so then after everyone was driven, after all this was driven out, after the injustice was driven out, he says, then the blind and the lame came to him in the temple. It made room for something real to happen. So he'd say, this wasn't ministry. This isn't what it was supposed to look like. This was exploiting people. Now, blind and lame, you come in. This is ministry. This is really me. This is what I want to do. It says the blind came in to the temple and he healed them there. Wow. Then the leading priests and teachers of the religious law, they hated this, right? They saw these wonderful miracles and heard that even the children in the temple that were shouting, well, the kids shouldn't praise God, right? They were shouting, praise God, the Son of David. But the leaders were indignant. They were hateful. They didn't like this, right? This was ruining their way of life. Think about it. This was ruining their way of life, that someone who was blind and lame that they would normally exploit, an orphan that they would normally exploit, was able to get a healing for free. It was ruining their way of life. They were able to get this for free. Didn't even have to go to the inner courts of the temple. They were able to be on the outer courts. They were able to receive this for free from Jesus. They were mad. This is what he really came for. Riding in on the colt of the donkey as the king of your heart, the king of peace. Seeing the injustice of the world of that day. Not only revealing the injustice, but in the response to the injustice, he did justice. He showed what his ministry is about, and he showed how freely these kids and these lame, these orphans, these widows, how freely they could participate in his presence, and they didn't have to buy a thing.